All right. Let's talk about DeAndre Hopkins and where he might be going. I have a team that I think makes perfect sense for DeAndre Hopkins. The speculation is going to start. But first of all, I want to ask you, Makana, before I ask you what team he might be headed to, I want to ask you, is there a possibility, do you think, that DeAndre Hopkins got released and like a Odell Beckham, like a Des Bryant back in the day, he just goes unsigned for a long period of time? Do you think that we might not see DeAndre Hopkins on a team week one? Is that a possibility?
I don't think that's a possibility. I think he's too good um, to not be on a roster. Like, I think Odell wasn't on a team because he had a major injury.
Yeah.
And Dez also had a major injury. I want to say he tore his ACL in New Orleans in training camp or something when he
Yeah.
got signed to that.
Yeah.
It was something weird. And it was like those guys were out of their prime.
Yeah.
Nuck is still a top 10 wide receiver in the NFL. And many teams reportedly wanted, people were trying to trade for him.
Yeah.
And so it's just like,
Which I'm surprised the Cardinals released him.
I'm not. They're tanking for Caleb.
I mean, but
They're
still, you might
Josh
as well get
Rosening Kyler Murray.
I mean, you might as well get some draft cap. I was like, even if it's for like a sixth, I think teams just didn't want to take his contract, to be honest.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And which is funny because I talked about that on TTB Ravens Media, being like, guys, the Ravens aren't trading for him because they would need to trade like a first round pick to get the Cardinals to maintain the entire contract. And they're not going to trade a first round pick for DeAndre Hopkins.
No.
He's not worth it.
No. So what team, if you had to bet some money, I know you like to gamble here and there, and we'll get into that later on in some videos. Once I'm 21, we got to wait about 3 months. I don't want the feds knocking on my door. But if you were to gamble on this, what team would you put a little money to sign DeAndre Hopkins?
I've already talked about him. Cleveland. I think
the same thing.
him. I think they need a receiver.
Yep. They got money.
Yeah.
How much money? I know I saw yesterday each team's salary cap got tweeted. I'm going to look at what the Browns cap number is. Honestly, as long as it's over 15, 16 million, I think the Browns would be totally okay to do that. Like, I think that they would have no problem as long as obviously they're financially able to do so. Okay. Got it right here. The Cleveland Browns have, if I could read faster, they only have about 13.86 million. So that would be
a little. You can do it with void years.
Yeah, you can do guarantees, you can do signing bonus, you can do all sorts of shit. But I think Cleveland makes a lot of sense. No.
You don't think so?
No. Here's the thing:
really?
the Bears are prioritizing young players. A, B, they just traded in part, the first overall pick for DJ Moore. They traded a first rounder basically for Chase Claypool. They drafted Tyler Scott. I don't know if they're going to put that many more resources into DeAndre Hopkins. Plus, D-Hop said he wants to play on a team that's a Super Bowl contender. The Bears aren't. A good D-line, the Bears don't have it. The Bears just don't work for a lot of reasons, to be honest. But I think Cleveland, I agree with you. I think Cleveland makes a lot of sense. Deshaun Watson is going to petition for him, obviously. They had their best years together in Houston. Cleveland right now doesn't really have a, definite wide receiver one. I mean, I think Cedric Tillman could be. What? Coop is good, but Coop to me is
definite wide receiver one there.
Well, he's okay. I don't know. I don't love Amari Cooper as much as some people do, and I'm gonna be real. I think he's a great two, but I don't know if he's like a really. He's definitely their one right now.
He's not a one right now, but he's their one right now.
Right, that's what I'm saying. He's their one, but he's not like a one. But D-Hop, I mean, they would be 2 ones basically. And I think Cleveland, they definitely are thin at wide receiver, I would say. I mean, who's their 2 after Amari Cooper? Probably Cedric Tillman.
DPJ.
Yeah, and Donovan Peoples-Jones has been very inconsistent over the years. I mean, he's not exactly been a solid, option every week. But I think that makes sense. I think the Browns would do it. I think they want to add talent. Teams in their division have gotten better, like the Steelers, like the Ravens. So I think the Browns would be a great fit. I could also see a team like the Bills, The Bills to me make a lot of sense as well. They'd probably be my number
Bills
two.
have 1 million in cap space.
Yeah, never mind. Okay.
Cowboys have 20 million.
Cowboys make sense, although they did just trade for Brandon Cooks. So I'm thinking, how many old guy veteran receivers do you want to have? But D Hop's game is not predicated on his speed, so I don't think the decline will be as sharp as some other guys might be.
The
But I guess
Colts have 23 million.
He doesn't want to go to the Colts. They're not a contender.
Anthony Richardson is actually such a good quarterback.
He is. No, Anthony Richardson's the truth. Okay, Anthony Richardson.
Hey, Mike, I was told by somebody that Anthony Richardson on day one is a better thrower of the football than Justin Fields. So shout out to Maddox for that take.
Y'all let me know.
All of a sudden Maddox has him top 10.
Wait, Maddox said that Anthony Richardson was better than Justin Fields, but he has Justin Fields as top 10 quarterback.
Now he does. Now he has Justin Fields as top 10. But before the draft, he was saying Anthony Richardson, better thrower, better runner than Justin Fields. And he thought Justin Fields was very overrated, and now he's top 10.
Man, all right. I'm not even gonna.
I guess I'm very good at convincing people.
Maddox is that Shaq meme, and it just says, "I'm sorry, I apologize, I wasn't familiar with your game." That's just Maddox with every NFL player. That's just what he is with everybody, dude. But anyway, so if you had to pick another team other than Cleveland for DeAndre Hopkins to land to, what would you say? You said the Cowboys.
Yeah, I would say the Cowboys would probably be my pick, or I don't think he'd go to the Jets. They have the money. Maybe the Lions. The Lions have the money.
That's true.
Cowboys,
and they
Lions.
do have a good. I think they're a little overrated, but teams do. I think they think they're contenders as well. So whatever that is. But yeah,
Jaguars.
I think they have too many receivers. Kirk, Zay Jones, and Calvin Ridley now coming in.
Bro, you did not just fucking say Zay Jones is gonna hold them
back.
No.
I'm not saying
Hopkins. Oh, we got Zay Jones.
I'm not saying Zay Jones is better. I'm not saying Zay Jones is better. I'm saying that I think that they don't want to address receiver because of those three guys. But no, DeAndre Hopkins is definitely better than Zay Jones. I'm not saying otherwise. But again, Calvin Ridley and Christian Kirk are two legit wide receivers, I think. But that's what it is. So that's kind of all there is to say about DeAndre Hopkins, in my opinion.